Kosa.
Boleh.
Bonjour and good morning to everyone, and welcome to the interview session for today. So today we have the pleasure of sitting down with one of my friends called Daniel Bin Zainul, and he's actually a first-year student in University of Technology of Troyes, and whose passion for music and societal impact has been truly inspiring. So for your information, Daniel has was a dedicated member of one of the non-governmental NGO organization called MFES, which is called Music for Awareness Society. And so today we're gonna see that we're gonna delve more into depth of Daniel's experiences and also how music plays a crucial role on having impact on the society itself. So without further ado, let's jump into our conversation with Daniel. So for the first question I'm going to pose to you is that tell me a bit of your background. How did you get into music at the first time? And tell me your chronology of how you get interesting until the point where you become the co-founder of MFES. So go on.
Okay. Uh, Thank you very much, Irfan, for the amazing introduction. And also, it is really a pleasure of being here, taking part in this interview and sharing my insights on music and societal causes in general. So, regarding your question, Irfan, where did it all spark? Where did it all started off? So I would need to go back in time a bit in the past where my interest in music actually sprouted from a very well developed childhood lah uh, in terms of support from family.
I
So
see.
basically my family provided a lot of encouragement for me to learn and to develop new skill sets in different domains, art, music, and my first instrument was a piano, a classical piano,
Oh, okay,
which
interesting.
I really grew to love. And I took formal classes back in the days. But then, as time goes on, uh, I would find myself in a national secondary school in Malaysia,
Interesting.
which is which is a place where you could find a variety of culture and students from various backgrounds. Okay, and that is the really interesting part is where, in spite of the differences between us, differences in races, religion, somehow at the end of the day, we managed to unite by something in common, which in this case is music.
Yes,
So,
true.
um, what happened back in the days in secondary school was there was this a very amazing teacher, a music teacher who would actually promote music and also encourage people to come together and just go for jamming sessions, just
Mm-hmm.
compose music together, create new pieces, and also organize different events throughout the years, such as busking events out in restaurants and
I see.
also local concerts which our school would host.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was really a really good starting point for me as a person, as an individual who would embark on this journey in music. And I would also like to add on with a rising awareness among youngsters like us,
Mm-hmm.
we found that actually music is not just a means of entertainment. It is also a means to change, to be to create a certain change in our in our environment, to make it better in a certain
Interesting.
way.
Yeah.
So it was actually our weapon to go ahead and tackle problems in society.
Okay.
I think it was really a kind of a unique approach which raised a lot of doubts among people.
Mm-hmm.
But um, me and my friend and I, which goes by the name Pavitran Ilanko,
Okay.
he's currently studying political science in Sciences Po,
Okay.
Paris.
All right. I
We
see.
used to study together in the same secondary school,
I see.
and I was fortunate enough to have found someone who shared the same vision as me, to have found someone who saw things the same way, the exact same way as I saw it,
Interesting.
to bring forward something that is so um, fundamental, something as simple as joyous as music, and bring it forward to solve critical problems in society. We made that connection. We connect the two dots. And so what we decided to do was, at the age of 16, Pavitran and I decided to form a small band and collaborate with a local shelter in Penang, which is called SPCA, which is the Shelter for Prevention of Animal Cruelty.
Mm.
And what we did was that we struck a deal, not really a deal, but we offered to help them and to use their name in order to get busking sessions in restaurants, in public. And by doing that, we would not only increase our skill set and our exposure as a band, but we would also be able to donate the amount
I see.
received for a better cause. So that was literally the whole journey which led up to the creation of this organization, Irfan.
Mm-hmm. I see. That's actually a really interesting journey that you've been that, yeah, that you've experienced from your childhood until you became the co-founder of MFAS. So for the next question is, can you tell me more in depth of what does this society do in terms of the type of music you guys do, and also how does it
Okay.
actually works, like gaining the funds and contributing into the cause?
Okay. So I would go straight into it, to the details. I was just introducing the idea just now, so now we are really getting into the details.
Yes.
So MFAS, which stands for Music for Awareness Society, is a society um, created to use music as a means to solve problems. That's the main idea. But more specifically, what we did as teenagers,
Mhm.
we thought it was really hard to obtain funds, to obtain large amount of funds, because as we know it, major problems all around the world in small or big societies require capital.
Mm.
To solve problems, we need money. But we as teenagers, how do we get money? And so we used our labor and our passion in music to to obtain different busking sessions
I
all
see.
around the city under the name of SPCA.
Okay.
So when we get these sessions, we would receive certain amounts of donations. And as you asked just now, the genre of music that we usually go about, I would precise that in the in Penang is a more laid back place. Excuse me.
It's all right.
So Penang is a small island in Malaysia where people are more laid back and relaxed. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
So normally the genres would be blues, jazz, and a bit
Mm.
of R&B, which is also known as rock and blues.
Rock and blues. Okay.
And uh, what we also do is that we would play music by request.
Mm.
As
Okay.
an example, if someone in the audience would to like us to perform a certain song which is very special for him, or
Okay.
for his for his loved one. You know, he want to impress someone.
Okay.
He would just send a request, and we would gladly fulfill the request.
Okay.
So
That's
yeah,
very interesting though. Because most people they do like bands and they have like already pre-requested songs. But
exactly.
you guys do it on the spot, so that's something to be proud of, I guess.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, yeah. So,
That's flattering.
okay, aku tak tahu nak tanya apa lagi.
Oi,
Tahu
cakap
cakap nanti.
BM.
Tahu nanti dekat kat. So, tak apa. Nanti aku buat editing dia. Apa lagi soalan dia? Do you have concrete example of project for you cannot commitment of raising?
Kau boleh tanya after MFAS kau plan nak buat apa lagi?
Alright, okay boleh. Tapi mungkin tu macam lebih kepada ending dia nanti lah.
Okay. Kau ada apa?
How
I
you-
mean, aku rasa kau boleh bagi satu soalan sekarang.
Mhm.
Lepas tu ending.
Okay.
Soalan yang sebab aku rasa cukup panjang kan.
Aku rasa,
Kau nak berapa panjang?
Aku rasa dia macam dalam 10-20 minit kan.
Oh, okay lah.
So, okay lah.
Kalau 10-20 minit boleh lagi dalam 3 soalan.
Okay, soalan eh? Okay.
Boleh je.
How music can be effective. Okay, aku tanya how music can be an effective way to convey message and raise public awareness on station. Ke itu yang kau dah jawab dah? Belum lagi kan? Dia macam
Aku
cakap
rasa
macam mana cara dia. Tapi macam
macam dia cakap lah.
sebab macam dia bagi duit lepas tu bukan kan. Ataupun dari segi emotion.
Emotion.
Oh.
Aku rasa kau boleh tanya apa tu? Okay, towards the end kau akan tanya
What's your project?
apa
Yep.
after MFAS apa jadi dengan korang apa semua kan.
Okay.
Lepas tu sebelum tu aku rasa kau boleh tanya kenapa haiwan? Kenapa bukan
okay.
kenapa bukan benda lain kan? Kanak-kanak kanser ke apa
Okay.
semua tu.
Itu satu. Okay, satu lagi.
Anak yatim ke.
Okay.
Lepas tu
sebab aku punya tema ni adalah music and sonority. So ni macam macam mana music tu decompose, like how music decompose tu, apa yang kau rasa bila kau main. Okay tak?
oh boleh.
So how do
Boleh?
you feel when you
Sekejap. Nak terus. Okay.
kau kan aku try search.
Bagi 5 saat dulu. Lepas tu kau tanya.
Soalan macam so how do you feel whenever you perform? Ataupun tu macam broad sangat. Kau boleh jawab.
Okay je.
Alright.
No problem.
Alright, so okay, 5 saat dulu.
Okay.
Alright, for the next question, for you, Daniel. So, how do you actually? I want to talk more into your emotion and how you feel. So, whenever you perform, I want to see like how do you actually feel and how the emotion mixes during the performance. So,
Okay. Thank you for the question. I think that is a very interesting question you have just asked there. And I think that is the main point why we implemented music into this course is because it is a shared passion between the band members. We are all really moved by music. It is in our soul, in our heart, whenever we play. So I will just give you an example. When you go up on stage and you perform for the first time in your life, of course you would feel a bit nervous and you would feel that, oh, I don't want to make a mistake, I don't want I don't want to look bad for the team. I want to be a team player. I want to play all my notes correctly.
Oh yes.
But as a pianist, you also need to set the tempo. People used to say that it is the drummer that sets the tempo, but in reality, it is actually the pianist that would set everything off, and the drummer would follow the pianist. I mean, it depends in different bands, but there's a general idea of, so
Just a
the
small question
main
though. What's
yeah
your main role in the band though? What do you play as an instrument during that time?
So we were actually quite flexible. So between
Okay.
team members, we would actually alternate between instruments. I would
Okay.
sometimes go play the guitar. I would sometimes play the piano, and sometimes I would also go on the percussion sides.
I see.
Yeah. So it is really for different songs we have different roles, but in general, I'm more towards a piano guy.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and I think I would continue from where I left off just now.
Yeah. All right. Please
Uh,
do.
I was talking about the emotional part of performing. So when it's the first time you go up to stage, you know, you see like 1,000, 2,000 audiences right in front of you, in front of
Yeah.
uh, just looking at you.
Very
You
nerve-wracking.
feel a sort of
Okay.
nerve wracking. Exactly, you feel a
Yeah.
sort of pressure
Yes.
coming onto you. You
Yeah.
feel like everything would just go wrong at that moment. But in fact, the moment you press the first key on the keyboard, naturally everything just goes away and
I see.
you just go into this flow
Is the
of
flow
music.
state? Yeah, it's like the flow state where you just
Exactly, it's the flow state
yeah.
where you are just completely concentrated in what you're actually doing. And and add, add that on with emotion, with the fact that you feel the whole team is there playing with you. You know, you feel the vibrations coming and going.
Hmm.
So what you're actually feeling when you are playing is actually just the first performance. Of course, is nerve wracking, but as you go on, the second, the third, the fourth is actually more of play. You're actually having fun with your friends, just playing instruments together. You feeling the vibe, you know. So yeah, that's kind of what I feel when I'm on stage. I actually don't really focus on the audience, but we are just up there presenting a piece and just letting our hearts out,
True.
expressing ourselves through music.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
itu untuk emotion eh.
Hmm.
Sekejap, aku tengok recording sekejap eh. Langsung aku buka.